Fox Theater in San Francisco. That theater was torn down in 1963. The organ was rescued and was put in a gigantic private residence in La Cañada for several decades. And the Disney company acquired it approximately 15 years ago. It received a complete rebuild, and the interior walls behind the organ chambers were actually remodeled in order to accommodate this gigantic organ. You're hearing real pipes, no digital sound. There are 2,500 pipes in the instrument, ranging from the size of a pencil to over 32 feet tall. And so that's what you're hearing behind the walls. But it's not just a matter of the pipes and real percussions. This particular instrument was so important. It was one of 5 organs called the Fox Specials. The prototype was built for the Paramount Theater in New York City. It was played by Jesse Crawford, who was the #1 superstar organist of the 1920s. It was so wildly successful, the Fox Theater chain ordered 4 identical organs for theaters in St. Louis, in Detroit, in Brooklyn, and in San Francisco. The Brooklyn organ, when the theater was torn down, was dismantled, and the parts are in instruments all over the world. So it's gone forever. But fortunately, the organ from the New York Paramount is now in a concert hall in Wichita. The Fox Theaters in Detroit and St. Louis still have, miraculously, their original organs. And we're so lucky to have this organ in this theater, where it's heard by almost 500,000 guests every year. Most of them who would never otherwise hear a theater organ. So it's a very special organ, and you heard Ed refer to the organ as Ethel. Ethel was the nickname given this pipe organ by the famous organist George Wright, who many people consider to be the greatest organist of all time. I know I sure do. And George literally invented the theater organ concert on this organ in the Fox Theater in San Francisco. He also did some historic recordings which sort of set a template for how organ recordings should be done, how the programming should be put together. So it's a very important organ, and we're delighted to share it with you. There are several